All right, welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about growth stocks versus value stocks. A stock can be considered a growth stock or a value stock. What does that mean? A growth stock is a stock in which the company is growing very fast. So they're developing new products, new inventions, and the price of the stock is going up fast and by a lot. Um, these types of companies may not have a lot of earnings yet, so they might not be making a lot of money right now because they're using all of their money to do research and to make more products. Any extra money that they make, they keep it instead of paying dividends. So they keep it so they can keep doing research. So we can use NVDA, NVDA as an example, and they're makers of computer chips and other technologies that, quite frankly, I don't have any understanding of. The price, their price per share rises quick because people think this company is going to keep inventing new technologies. So it's growing fast, so it's considered a growth stock. And let's take a look at the chart here. This is a 1-year chart of NVIDIA Corporation. And we could see that, they started at around, what was the price there? Around $224. And in about a year, they have, what is that? Quadrupled? I mean, I'm not a math genius. Tripled, quadrupled in 1 year. That's incredible growth right there. 5-year chart. Let's look at the 5-year chart. If you would have put your money in this thing right before the pandemic, maybe even during the pandemic, we're going to stay home. People are going to rely on computers, technology. NVIDIA is, involved in all that technology. Could have put $61 in there. And 5 years later, your stock would be worth $822. That's just incredible growth there. And to prove my point, I mean, does it pay dividends? They do pay dividends, okay? So they've grown enough to where they're paying dividends. However, take a look at this. They're paying 16 cents per year. So divide that by 4, what is that? 4 cents every quarter. You're getting 0.02%. So you're not getting much out of dividends. And that's to be expected. These companies are they're using the money to invest in technologies. NVIDIA, I don't know. I mean, they're probably investing in AI right now. So a good thing to look out for. But let's continue our conversation here. Let's talk about value stock. A value stock it's a stock that is a large established company. But this type of company is not growing fast anymore. So, like I said, they're established, full-grown companies, and as a result, they tend to pay any extra cash that they get to shareholders as dividends. So, an example of this company is Coca-Cola. Let's pull up Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is just the classic value company. Excuse me, guys. That's a 1-day chart. 1 day isn't going to make or break a stock. But let's look at a year of Coca-Cola. So 1 year of Coca-Cola stock. And, well, obviously, I'm pretty sure everybody knows what Coca-Cola does. They're a beverage company. But they make more than Coca-Cola. They make other products, too. And these products are consumed by millions of people around the world. But they make so much money with their beverage that any extra money that they get, they just give it away as dividends, okay? So you can compare the dividend of NVIDIA to the dividend of Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola pays a much bigger dividend. $1.94 per year, 3%, over 3%, okay? NVIDIA doesn't pay you a big dividend, but they give you money in another way. The share price grows for you. So you're either going to get the growth of the share price or the dividend. That's how you're going to make your money in those two ways. Coca-Cola's share price isn't going to grow as much, right? Because they're here at what did they start last year at? $59, and where are they at today? $59. Okay? 5 years ago, what were they at? Around $44, and today they're at $59. So, very similar. They didn't grow by much, guys. Like 10 bucks in 5 years. But they gave you dividends. They gave you free cash. So you can choose how you want to earn your money. Is it by the growth? Is it by the share price growing? Or is it by you getting a dividend from the company? Growth of the share price or the value stock paying the dividend? So why does Coca-Cola give away their extra money instead of obviously researching new soda flavors, right? They can invest money back into the business and keep the company growing. Like NVDA, just invest in yourself and develop new things. Well, believe me, I was there in the '90s when they were coming out with new flavors, and from what I heard, I was kind of young at the time, but from what I heard, they lost a lot of money on those new flavors. So they decided to just kind of stick with what works best, and that's just regular Coca-Cola. One thing they could try to do, I mean, they could try to acquire other businesses with their extra cash, and I'm sure they've done that in the past. But if they went out, for example, if they went out and acquired other businesses like candy businesses or sports businesses, this would kind of just take away all of their brain power from what they do best, which is soft drinks. So instead of diversifying, they would do something that is that we call in the financial industry, we call it de-worsifying. So you're making yourself worse instead of better by spreading out your resources among many different things. So, but they would rather just give the money to their shareholders to reward them for being loyal and holding Coca-Cola stock instead of, let's say, Pepsi stock, right? Because that's the competitor. Why would I want to own Coca-Cola stock if they're not going to pay me a dividend? I'd rather just hold Pepsi stock when they are going to pay me a dividend. So that's kind of how that works. So let's see here. So that's basically it, guys, for that lesson. In the next one, we're going to talk about where stocks trade. Like, where do they trade? Where can I buy these stocks? So join me in the next one, guys.